Hello, good day and welcome. I'm Timotab and today I'm going to solve Deck the Halls by Blobz. This is a beautiful looking holiday themed puzzle. So let's have a look at the rules. Normal sudoku rules apply, so we're going to place the digits 1 to 9 in every row, every column, and every box without repetition. Adjacent digits along the holly outline, green, differ by at least 5. So that's normal Gem and Whispers rules. If this were a 3, this would have to be an 8 or a 9 in order to be at least 5 away from it. Box borders divide the bell outline, yellow, into segments that sum to the same value. So these are region sum lines. This digit is going to sum to these 3, which is going to sum to these 3, and so on. Digits on baubles, pink, form a consecutive sequence in any order. So if this were a 1, then we would know that these would have to be 2, 3, and 4 in some order. Okay. Digits in white circles must appear at least once in the surrounding 2 by 2 cells. So one of these 4 digits, at least, is going to be a 2. Okay. With that, I am going to restart the puzzle to reset the timer, and let's begin. So, Gem and Whispers lines. On a Gem and Whispers line, you can never place a 5, because if you placed a 5 on it, then this cell would have to be a 0 or less, or 10 or more, which aren't valid Sudoku digits. Now, we have to alternate between high and low as we go along the line. If these were both low, so both from 1, 2, 3, and 4, then the maximum difference would be 3 between the 1 and the 4, but 3 does not meet our 5 minimum requirement. If they were both high, they'd be 6, 7, 8, and 9, and again, the maximum difference would be 3. So these are going to alternate. We don't know which is high and which is low yet, but that green looks a little too dark. Let's try that one. Okay, so we know that purple will be high and green low, or green high and purple low. This digit is the only digit in this box that is not on the Gem and Whisper line on the holly, so that must be a 5. Okay, let's take a look at this region sum line. So, first of all, this is at least 1, 2, and 3. So this is an absolute minimum of 6. However, we can do better than that because we have 5 different digits here. So the minimum that those 5 digits can be is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, which is 15. But one of 1, 2, and 3 is not on this line. Oh, no, because it just could go on the other side of the box, on the other box. Okay, never mind. All right, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So it's a minimum of 15. Divide that by 2 is 7.5, which makes this a minimum of 8. Okay. On these 3, we have to have at least 2 of the very low digits. So that's the 1, 2, 3 set. Because if we don't have 2 from there, then the minimum we would have would be 145, which would be 10, which is too much. So we have at least 2 digits from 1, 2, and 3, which therefore means we have at least 2 digits from 1, 2, 3, and 4, i.e. below 5. And if we've got 2 digits that are below 5 here, these can't also be below 5. These have to be the high digits. So I am going to change those to orange, because that's my preferred color to represent high. And these are my low digits, which will be blue. Okay. So these are all from 6, 7, 8, and 9. These are from 1, 2, 3, and 4. That can't be 6 because that would force both of those to be 1s. That can't be 6 for the same reason, and nor can that one. That one can, that could, because those could both be 6. Those could both be 1, sorry, if that could still be 6. Those could both be 1. Those could both be 1. Okay. We have a 2 that's in one of those, so that's not a 2. This can't be 4 because both of those would have to be a 9. This can't be 4, both of those would have to be 9. Same with this one. It's got 2 that have to be 9. That would also, yes, that would also require 2 9s. That one does not, that could be a 4. That would require 2 9s to see each other, so that's not a 4. This would require 2 9s to see each other, so that's not a 4. So now that's the only place for 4 in the box. So that makes that 4. That makes that 9. Those are not 9s. That is not a 9. Okay, I've got a 3 in one of those, so that's not 3. Okay. This 9 means that that is not a 9, so one of those two is a 9, and that is not. That means that one of those two is a 9. Which means we have a 9 in one of those 3. Okay. Um, mm -mm -mm. So, can this be 8? I think if this is 8, then we have 1, 2, 5, or 1, 3, 4. So if this is 8, and this is 1, 3, 4, that could be 2 and 6. If this is 1, 2, 5, then I'd need 3 and 5, which I couldn't do. So if this is 8, this is 1, 3, 4, and this is 2, 6. And this would have to be 1, 2, 5. That's 2, 6. Then this bauble doesn't work because this has to have a 2 or a 6 on it. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5 has a 2 on it. 3, 4, 5, 6, or anything higher has a 6 on it. So that can't be a 2, 6 pair. That can't be an 8. That's a 9. Okay. Can this be 2, 3, 4? I don't see why not. But that 9 removes that candidate and makes that a 9. Which means 9 is in one of those two. Nine, that's nice. All right, 9 is not there by sudoku. 9 can't be there, or that would be more than the 9. So 9 is in one of those three. That means that by sudoku, 9 is in one of these three, but it can't be there, or that would be more than 9. So 9 is in one of those two, and this is a 6, 7, 8, 9 quadruple. Okay. Eight can't be there. And 7 can't be there. These are for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I could have 2, 3, 4, or 3, 4, 5. So 3 and 4 are definitely on there. 1, 3, 5, or 2, 3, 4. All right, if this is 1, 3, 5, then that has to be 7 and 2. If that's 2, 3, 4, I could have 8, 1. So if this is 1, 3, 5, this is 2, 7. If it's 2, 3, 4, it's 8 and 1. So it's 1, 2, 7 and 8. Right, I need a 9 in this row, and it can't go there by sudoku, so it must go in one of those 3, but that means it has to be that one. How do I incorporate this? I don't see any obvious way to restrict these just yet, because that could be a 3, and that gives still gives very little restriction. So 3 and 4 are there. So 6 goes into one of these 3. If 6 is there, what are these 2? Can't be 7 and 8. Right, what do we have here then? Let's have a look at that. So I can't have a 1 on there, because that would require a 2. I can't have an 8 on there. So 3, 4, 5, 6. No, 2, 3, 4. I could have 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 4, 5, 6, 7. So I definitely have 4 and 5 on there. If that's 2, 3, 4, 5, this is 1 and 8. All right, where else do I have a restriction? Okay. One of those 2 is a 6, so one of those 2 is a 1, so that's not a 1. And now that's not a 6. Okay, that's a little something. It's not a whole lot, but it's something. So I have 2 digits from 1, 2, and 3 on here. So these can't be from 1, 2, and 3. So they are from 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is that helpful? So I could have 6 on here. All right. If that's a 6, then this is 2, 3, 4, 5. That means that's 1 and 8. One of those two is or if that's 1 and 8, then this is 2, 3, 4. That becomes 1, 5. That makes that 2. All right. If that's 6, then 6 is not on here, so this is 2, 3, 4, 5. That means that this is 1 and 8. If this is 1 and 8, this is 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, 2, 3, 4. And with 3 over here, so that has to be the 3. And if this is 1 and 8, this is 2, 3, 4. Neither of these would be a 2. This would be a 1, 5 pair. And I've got nowhere on here for a 2 around here. Yeah, because the 3 would go there, the 2 would go there, and then this would not be a 1, 2, and the 2 would be here, so this would not be a 2. All right, so this is not 6. In fact, that means that this is not 2, 3, 4, 5. So there is at least a 6 on here. So it's 3, 4, 5, 6, or 4, 5, 6, 7. Right, if there's no 2 here, I could still get the 2 here now. Okay. So if that's not a 3, then that must be a 3. Is that right? Actually, another way to look at it is, where does 9 go in this box? 9 can't go on here. So 9 must be in one of those because it can't go there either. So that's a 9. Okay. Making some progress, albeit slow. All right, one of those two is an 8. We have an 8 in this set of 4. We have an 8 in this set of 4. So where does 8 go in this row? It must go in one of those two. All right, where does 3 go in this box? It can't go there because we know that there is a 3 here. If it went on here, making this 3, 4, 5, 6, then this quadruple circle would have to get its 3 from here. Don't think that restricts things enough. All right, if 7 were on here, then this would be 1, 8. This would be 2, 3, 4. This would be a 1, 5 pair. This could get its 3 here or here. No, that's not really. Right. Right. We know that that's not a 6 because 6 is here. So 6 is in one of these two. All right. So we have 6 on this circle. And in fact, by this, that's a 6. So the highest digit on this circle is an 8 because of the fact that 9 is in the box. So there's at least a 5 on here. Uh-huh. Where? All right, 1 is not on this box. Oh, sorry, on this Renban. So 6, 5, 4, 3. So 2 is not on there either. Well, we know that there is a 1 there, so that's not a 1. And one of those two is a 1. So that's not a 1. Okay. If this is 1, 3, 5, that's 2, 7. And that leaves us with 4 and 8. That couldn't be 4, so that would be the 8. That would be 4. That's 8, then that's 7. We would make that 2. That would make that 6. Those would both be 1. Not seeing why that's a problem. Okay. If this is 2, 3, 4, and this is 1, 8, and this would be 5 and 7, which would make that 8 and that a 6. Wait, does that have to be a 6 either way? Is that what that's saying? Right. If this is 2, 3, 4, this is 1, 8, that can't be 4 because of the 4 on here, so it would be 7, making that 8, making that 6. If this is 1, 3, 5, then this is 2, 7, needing 5 and 8, and that couldn't be 5, so this would be 8. So that is 7 or an 8. That is a 4 or a 5, and that 7-8 pair makes that a 6. So those are both 1s. Okay, that was pretty nice. That's not a 6. That's a 1. That's a 6. That 1 makes that a 2. That makes one of those two a 2, which makes this a 3. That is no longer 7. That is not 7. That is. That's now an 8-9 pair. This is a 2. That can still be 7 or 8. That puts a 2 in one of those. All right, those aren't 6s. We have a 6 in one of those two, which puts a 6 in one of those two. That's not a 1, so that's not an 8. I do have a 1 in one of those two, because that points along. Right, so one of those two is a 1. So we have our 1 fulfilled either way. Okay, that's not an 8 because of this 8-9 pair. So one of those two is an 8. That means that one of these two is an 8. 5, 6, 7, 8 could still work. But if one of those two is an 8, yeah, we know that one of those two is an 8. That's our. Okay. Right. So I need. Right, I no longer have a 1 on this line. This must be a 2, 3, 4. So that's not a 2. So that's not 7. That 3 means that 3 is on this line. So this is 3, 4, 5, 6. And those aren't 6s. This is 5, 7, 8. 5 is one of those. So that's not a 5. That 7, 8 pair means that that's not a 7. That's an 8. Meant that that's not an 8, and so that's an 8. Okay, where does 2 go in this box? It only goes there. That's 2. That's 7. That's 135. That's where the 1 has to go. That's not a 1. That's a 2. Wait, that's not right. I think I must have a 4 in there. Hopefully that was just a missed pencil mark and I haven't broken anything. Where do I get the 3 from? That's there. Now where do I get the 2 from? That's there. That's a 4. That's a 1-5 pair. So that's not 4. That is where the 9 goes. That's the 8. That's a 7. Hopefully that was just bad pencil marking. Those are not 8s. No, I've made a mistake. That's not an 8. Why did I say that was an 8? Oh, that was just a typo. That's a 9. But I don't want to remove the 8 there. Ah, that's a 9. That's not a 9. That 1-5 pair is making that a 4. So I must have a 5 and a 7 on here, which have to go, no, I must have a 5 on there, and then a 3 or a 7. But I definitely don't have an 8. So that's an 8. That's a 1. That's now a 6-7 pair. That's 8 and that's 9. That 6-7 makes that 3. That 5. That's 6. That's 4. That's 2. That's not 3 or 5. That's 7. That's 3 and 5. Okay. All right. This is not a 1-3-5. Could be 2-3-4 or 1-2-6. If it is 1-2-6, then the 1 goes here. That's not a 2. That's not a 3. That's not 4. That 5 makes that 8 and 5. That's 9, that's 8. These 3 digits are 4, 8, and 6. And that's not an 8. One of those is a 2, so that's a 4. That's 3. That's 2. Right, this can't be 1-3-5 because that would break that. So it's 2-3-4 or 1-2-6. So it has a 2 on it, and that's where the 2 goes. So if it's 2-3-4, it goes that way round. If it's 1-2-6, that can't be either 1 or 6. So it is a 2-3-4. Okay. That gives me roping in this column. So this is 2, 3, 4, with that not being a 2. These two digits are 6 and 5. I don't know that that necessarily is a 5 because one of these could be. But these two digits are 1, 2, 3, 4, and 7. And therefore these are 2 and 3. Okay. Well, there's a 3 here and a 3 here, so neither of those are 3. That makes that a 3. Right, these two digits here are from 3, 5, and 1. So that's a 1. That's a 3 or a 5, but it can't be the 3. That's a 5. That gives me a 3 and a 5 here. That gives me a 3 and 7 there. Okay. Right, these two digits are 9 and 5. So that's got to be the 9. That's got to be a 5. These two digits are 1 and 6. And I don't think I know the order. These two are 7 and 8. And I do know the order for those. Okay. So there is no 5 there, so that is a 5. That's a 6. That makes that not 6. This is 4, 7, and 8, but it's not a 4. So that is 7 or 8. These two digits are from 1, 6, and 7. But that one is not a 1. Right. One of these two is a 7 by virtue of the column. So that can't be a 7. That's an 8. That's 4. That's 8. That's 6. That's 7. That's a 1 or a 6. That 7 makes this 3 and 7, 3 and 2, 4 and 2. That 7 makes that 4. That's 7. This digit here must be 5, which gives me a 1 and a 5. That 7 in the column makes this 6. This is 7. 1 and 6 and 1 and 6. Yep, I did like that puzzle. It was a lot of fun. Quite a bit of different things to think about. Remembering that there had to be 2 of the very low digits on here in order to disambiguate the highs and lows around the holly. It's fantastic. Really like that a lot. Thank you very much to Blobz for making it. If you liked this solve, then please hit the like button. You can subscribe to see some more, and I would love to hear your comments. I'm looking forward to next time. Be seeing you.